Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Audrey and today I'm going to be walking us through a short, sweet, but not simple because we are going to be adding in extra tiny cues that I hope will make a difference in the way this feels in your body, in your breath, and in your mind. So as always, everything I say is completely optional. So please do remember that I would rather you focus on the way it feels for you inside your joints, your muscles, your bones and ligaments versus what it looks like in your mind's eye. So with that being said, everything is optional except for your breathing. So I invite you to find a nice standing, comfortable position, feet hips distance apart. Perhaps you march a few times each leg and then settle once you think you've found it. Knees stay slightly bent to help protect the knees, the hamstrings. Allow for your shoulders to come all the way up towards your ears on an inhale breath. Exhale, let them roll down your back body. Good. One more just like that. Inhale, bring shoulders all the way up towards your ears. Exhale, let them roll down the back body. Find any more amount of length in the spine. While here, hands can stay at your side in prayer at the top of the chest, or perhaps one on belly, one on chest. As you soften your gaze, notice the way your breath is moving your entire being. Notice which qualities an inhalation brings into the body. Sometimes expansion, space, rising. What qualities does an exhale carry? Contract, release, let go, and settle into what is. 4 more deep rounds of breath, just like that. In through the nose. Belly fills, heart rises, out through the nose or mouth, your choice. Belly deflates, front ribs tuck in. Good. On your next inhale breath, lift both palms up overhead. Palms face each other. While here, on your next inhale, reach up towards the sky any more amount. Find space in the sides of the body. Exhale, release hands to side. One more time, just like that. This time you can choose to stay with arms lifted or lift your gaze, eyes up. Stay or cactus arms, elbows come out to the sides of the shoulders. Heart lifts, knees lift, gaze lifts. Hold here for 2 more rounds of your breath. Make this dynamic by inhale, bring palms up overhead, neutral spine. Exhale, re-enter your mountain with cactus arms. Inhale, lift palms up overhead. Allow for your left hand to meet the left hip, or maybe left hand up against the left thigh. On your next exhale, lean to the left any amount. Root down through the left foot as you bring awareness to the right opening side of the body. Pull your right pelvis towards the right side of the room. One more round of breath here for this lateral side bend. Inhale, bring both palms up overhead. Exhale, release right hand to right hip or right palm to right thigh. Reach up through the left fingertips. Use your next exhale to lean right any amount. Root down through the left foot. Pull the left pelvis towards the left side of the room. Reaching through the fingertips, hold here for one more deep round of your breath. Inhale, right palm comes up through center. On your next exhale breath, allow for your palms to meet at the top. Exhale them down the midline of the body. Stop here. Hold for your inhale as you press palms into each other. Bring awareness to the 2 points of the shoulders. And use your next exhale to twist to the left any amount. Hips stay square. So just finding that twist in the spine. Stay if that feels good and plenty, with palms pressed together, or maybe elbows come in line with shoulders, cactus arms, fingers spread wide. One more round of breath. Use inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist any more amount. Next inhale, come through center, lift palms up overhead. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body. Stop at heart center. Press palms, noticing the points of the collarbones, and use your next exhale to twist to the right any amount. Hips stay front and square. Palms can continue to press into each other, or cactus arms here. Stay for one more deep round of your breath. And on your next inhale, come through center, palms come up overhead. Exhale, allow for your knees to bend and slide your hips back in space. As you do so, neck stays long, palms come to the top of your thighs. If this feels like a plenty good enough forward fold, stay, or exhale, allow for yourself to fold forward any more amount, standing forward fold. Option to hold on to opposite elbows here as you rock side to side. Crown facing the floor. If available, you can shake your head yes to help release any calcium deposits, any ligaments of the neck. If you shake your head yes, shake it no, bringing in symmetry wherever able. Arms hang heavy. If you'd like, you can stack blocks or a stack of books underneath the palms. While here, press the earth away, bring awareness to the back body. Feet are pressing the earth away. And on your next inhale, bend through the knees as you roll up through the spine, lower back, middle back, upper back. Good. If you're lightheaded, your chin can stay tucked. Lift palms up overhead and use an exhale to bend your elbows and interlace your palms at the base of the skull. While here, stand up nice and tall in your mountain. Press the earth away through the soles of the feet. Use your next exhale breath to round through the upper back. Tuck your chin to chest slightly as you bring your elbows together in the front body. On an inhale breath, lift your elbows in opposition as you lift through the gaze, lift through the heart, pelvis comes forward in space. Pause. Exhale, standing cat. Inhale, standing cow. 3 more times each side, following your own breath. Continuing to keep your knees slightly bent. Continuing to press the earth away through the 4 corners of the feet. Continuing to involve your entire spine in this movement. Halfway through, you can switch which finger is on top. So this is a very small micro movement. Once you've came through center, allow for your palms to come to the sides of the body. Wiggle asana if you wanna. And re-find your mountain. Standing somewhere near the middle of your mat. Inhale, lift palms up overhead. This time, interlace your fingers. And if you'd like, you can use your Charlie's Angels fingers if you'd like, with your pointer fingers pressing together, your thumbs pressing together, and everything else is interlaced. While here, use an inhale to reach those fingers up towards the ceiling. Stay. On your next exhale, lean left any amount, root down through that right foot, 4 corners of the foot. Lovingly checking in with our shoulders. Sometimes our shoulder wants to come forward in space, just lovingly pulling it back, keeping it in the same plane as the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, release palms. Inhale, reach them back together up overhead. Interlace Charlie's Angel's fingers, bringing the opposite fingers on top. On your next inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Find any more amount of length in the spine. And on your next exhale, lean to the left any amount. Root down heavy through that left foot. Pressing down through the big toe mound, the heel. Checking into that left side body. On your next inhale, lift palms up overhead. Release and bend your right middle finger in line with the spine. Stay or bring the left hand to the top. With no more than 5 to 10 pounds of pressure, slide middle finger down the middle back any more amount. That feels comfortable in the shoulder. One more round of breath here. When you're ready, inhale, both palms up overhead. Left middle finger in line with the spine. Right hand comes to the top of the elbow as you press the middle finger down. Any more amount that feels comfortable and pain-free for you. Inhale, both palms up overhead. Exhale, hands to hips. From here, heel toe or step your feet away from each other, coming into your wide-legged stance. So allow for your knees to be an indicator of what's a comfortable hips distance stance here for you. So the closer they are in space, the less sensation you might feel in your knees or in your hamstrings. So from here, finding what's most valuable for you, bring your blocks or 2 stacks of books in front of your body. From here, inhale, lift palms up overhead. Use an exhale breath to bend your knees slightly as your hips hinge and pull back in space, reaching forward, reach. Noticing the hips opening here at the forward fold. Stay or allow for your palms to reach for the top of your blocks. If that feels good and plenty, stay, or maybe you adjust the setting on the blocks or books. Stay or adjust the setting one more time. Noticing that sensation in the back hamstrings as your knees stay slightly bent, pressing through all 4 corners of the foot. Stay, or maybe you remove the blocks. And if you go too far, you can always go back to where you've been. Press down through the left palm. Use your next exhale to twist open to the right fingertips coming up towards the ceiling. Notice what happens to the hips as you come up. So we'll try that one more time. Release your right palm. This time, try to keep your hips right where they are. So hips stay. Exhale, twist open to the right. Gaze can find that middle finger of the right hand or somewhere to the floor that feels comfortable for the neck. Hold for one more round of breath. Release right palm. On your next exhale, press earth away through right palm, twist open to the left. Again, same thing here. We'll release that left palm, and without your hips moving, hips stay where they are. Exhale, twist open to the left. Gaze follows that middle finger or somewhere off to the floor. Noticing perhaps here, no 2 bodies the same, no 2 sides of the same body the same, and that's perfectly okay. Just like the trees, no 2 halves of us the same. Release left hand. Stay or bend your knees any more amount and allow for your palms to interlace near the back body. When ready, lift your fists up towards your crown any amount, opening through the shoulders. Stay with your knees more bent or allow for any more amount of length to return to the legs here. Hold for 3 deep rounds of your breath. When you're ready, release your palms. Gently bend your knees any more amount. Staying here for a breath, allow for the top of your palms to loop over the top of your toes and press down through the feet. Lengthen through the legs, stay here, or on your next inhale breath, press the earth away as you slowly come up through the spine. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Good. Inhale, lift palms up overhead, allow for them to touch. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body, stopping at heart center. Heel, toe, or step your feet back to hips distance apart. Finding our mountain pose with prayer hands. Allow for your palms to press into each other. Bring awareness to the sensation in the shoulders here. Stay for 3 rounds of your breath. Good. From here, walk to the back of your mat. We'll transition through tabletop. If you would like to come to sit any other way, feel free, more than free, feel encouraged to take that way. So inhale, lift palms up overhead. Exhale, big bend of the knees as you fold forward. Allow for your palms to reach the mat and walk yourself forward into your tabletop. If you're having any sort of sensitivity in the wrists, you can come up onto balled fists, or you can come up onto a blanket or any sort of padding in your mat instead. As your hands spread as wide as they'd like to go, press the earth away. And use an exhale to sink your hips back towards your heels. While here, first making this an active balasana, child's pose, by pressing through the hands, through the palms. Elbows are lifted. Stay, or maybe you come into your tadpole and your arms wrap around the lower body. Allow for your knees to find any more amount of distance in between to allow for more space for the body to be. Resting your chin or your forehead on the mat. If you're in tadpole, really let your shoulders come forward in space, so rounding towards the mat. And when you're ready, walk your hands forward towards the top of your mat. Press through the palms as you roll up through the spine. Bring your knees together in space. And come to sit on your glutes. So one graceful way that I like to do is lift one hand and fall onto either glute. And come down onto your back body. So while here, your feet are hips distance apart. If it's helpful, you can bring a block, or you can bring a book, a thick book, something like a dictionary book, in between your knees and press that lovingly together in space. Bring your upper arms to the sides of the body and really hug everything in tight. Press the earth away through the 4 corners of the feet. And when you're ready, really root down through your shoulder blades, broadening through the points in between each collarbone. When ready, bend your elbows and walk your upper arms in towards the upper body any more amount. While here, press the earth away through the feet, and on an exhale, press the upper arm bones into the earth. Notice the shoulder blades rooting in towards the earth. Hold for 3 rounds of breath in this version of bridge, or use an inhale to lift your hips up in space as you press down through the 4 corners of each foot. While here, lift your hips up in space and draw your tailbone towards your knees, finding any more amount of length in the spine. Press down through the shoulder blades. Stay. In yoga being the Sanskrit word meaning to use. So yoga is the bridge for your mind, your body, your breath. When you're ready, slowly inhale, unroll upper back. Release middle back. Release lower back. And use an exhale breath to hug your knees to chest, feet flexed for Apanasana. option to move your block out and away from your knees. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees. Use an exhale to hug knees in towards chest, and use an inhale to draw your knees towards your mat while holding onto them with both hands. Exhale, draw knees towards chest. Inhale, feet draw towards floor while holding on with both palms. Hold here and draw awareness to the low back. As you exhale, draw awareness to the curvature of the upper back. Draw awareness to the arches of the feet. Inhale, draw feet down and away from the body. Exhale, draw knees towards chest. Slowly release your feet. Allow for them to return to the earth. Bring your palms to the sides of your hips, palms face up if available, chin slightly tucked. Sense for the shoulders pressing into the earth, and slowly, one by one, extend your feet towards the bottom of your mat. Come to lie in our final resting shape, our savasana. One variation of this is to place blocks or a rolled up blanket underneath the hinges of the knees. This can allow for any more amount of less pressure on the low back. Allow for palms to come to the sides of the bodies, feet externally rotating away if that's what they'd wish. We'll be doing 5 short rounds of some deep thoracic breathing before a gentle body scan, after which we'll come to a 1-minute shavasana for the end of our practice. On your next inhale, draw in a nice long breath through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Cleansing exhale breath. One more time. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Release. Next inhale, observe the breath come in, up over the bridge of the nose, down through the chest to the rib cage, down towards the belly. Belly expands with air. Pause. Exhale, release belly, release rib cage, release chest, out through the nose or mouth, your choice. Pause. Inhale, chest, rib cage, belly. Pause. Exhale, belly, rib cage, chest. Pause. 2 more times following your own breath. Return to your easy, effortless breath. We'll have the next minute for silence. Good. I'll be walking us through a gentle body scan, after which we'll have the next minute for silence to do our best to simply be, to simply breathe. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head, forehead, nose, and the temperature and sensation of the breath, throat, shoulders in the back body, arms, hands, chest, the heart, back body, hips, belly button rising and falling with the breath, thighs, shins, calves, feet, soles of the feet connecting to the earth. We'll have the next minute to simply be, to simply breathe. Good. Begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Draw small circles with the wrists and ankles in one direction. Pause, reverse your circles slowly in the opposite direction, bringing in symmetry whenever able in yoga. Slowly, when you are ready, allow for your hands to come to sides of body. Hug everything in towards midline. Inhale, lift palms up overhead, stretching your entire being in opposition. Use an exhale to slowly bring your feet towards the earth, and then one by one, hug your knees in towards chest. Option to hold on to the back of your thighs. Feel free to rock side to side here in Apanasana. Inhale, lift right arm up overhead. Exhale, roll to right side. Pause, using arm as pillow. Bring your left hand in your rib cage. And when you are ready, slowly press yourself into a comfortable seat. Just as we began in symmetry, we end in symmetry, finding a nice comfortable seat. Placing your hands together at heart center or in your lap as we bow in gratitude to the self, to each other, and to every teacher who's came before us to share this gift and tradition of yoga. May we do our best every day to live like the lotus at home in the muddy waters. Namaste, and thank you so much for sharing your practice virtually with me in this moment. Have a great rest of your day, and I appreciate you just for the being part. Everything else is a bonus.